First warning, MMA Report is joined live by Garrett Carlson. Garrett will be fighting Be Schauer for the Pure FC welterweight title this Saturday night at Pure FC 20 in Milwaukee. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. So we know you have, we'll just get right into it here. We know that you've got a strong wrestling background. How did you get into the MMA world, and how did that wrestling background prepare you for stepping into the cage?
Well, really, when I started MMA is what got me into wrestling. So I graduated high school, and the only sports accomplishment that I did in high school was I played golf my senior year. And so when I joined Ironworks, I started training with their guys and basically learned how to wrestle with them and training with the youth wrestling club. And it wasn't until one day when we were in practice and a former UW alum, coach now, Albie McKinney, he told me, why don't you just try out as a walk-on to the UWL wrestling team? I thought, well, why not? So I tried out my freshman and sophomore year, wrestled through preseason, didn't make the team, and then I came back and made the team my junior and senior year and wrestled with them. And that just helped me progress further with MMA. And when I wasn't wrestling, I was fighting, and when I wasn't fighting, I was wrestling. So it worked out well.
Awesome. And you mentioned Ironworks, and I know that you recently just made kind of a big switch as far as where you're training at. Tell us a little bit about what brought that change on and how things are going.
So really the idea behind the move was just trying something new. I found out about a job opportunity down here in Madison. I'm working at the Sun Prairie School District as a youth advocate. And it was just really crazy on how everything just clicked and worked. I saw the position, applied, got offered the position, found a place, and I was moved down here within 2 weeks and started training with Chosen Few. And I've been down here now for almost a month, and it's just crazy how everything worked out. And training with these guys is awesome. It's just cool to, get a new experience and get new looks and train with new people.
Awesome. Yeah. And obviously you just mentioned kind of the cat's out of the bag. Ironworks is Chosen Few is the new place. What's it been like training with guys like Mark Lemminger and Alex Polizzi, Dante Sciro, these guys who have Bellator experience now? What's it feel like having guys like that as training partners?
I mean, you definitely realize that there's levels to this, I haven't had the privilege of training with Dante yet, but I know training with Mark and Alex on a regular basis, like they're tough. I mean, there's levels, and they really show you like what it takes to get to that next level. And it's a lot of just mental toughness and staying in the grind and just being present. I mean, I see those guys in there every day in practice, so that's what it takes to get to that level, is just being present, staying disciplined, and doing what you need to do.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited to see that you were going there, just to see you get to train with guys like that. We figured it would open up a different level to your game. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you. So obviously, like we mentioned, you're fighting for the welterweight title this Saturday against Drago. Be Schauer. You obviously been out of the cage for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that long layoff, and if you think that that's going to affect anything on Saturday night.
I think, honestly, being laid off for that long, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I was able to stay active during my time off. I really got dialed into my strength and conditioning. I met a coach named Eddie Hodges at Three River Performance in lacrosse, and I was training with him almost 5 days a week on strength and conditioning, and really just bulked up. I mean, when I was fighting at 155, I would probably cut down, and I'd still have probably 15% body fat. But now, I mean, I'm walking around at 6% body fat and feeling good at, 185 pounds, whatever. So working with him is just taking leaps and bounds, and it's taking all the stress of injuries away, because it's a great way to stay, injury preventative and just getting strong. And I'm having a blast, you know. So now being able to actually step back into the cage this Saturday, it's surreal. I mean, I love it. I can't wait. And you bring up the Drago factor, and this is kind of like Rocky IV. I mean, Rocky traveled to the Soviet Union, did all his training, stepped into Russia, took on Drago in front of his home crowd, and guess what happened?
It's a good way to look at it. Good way to look at it. And we were just talking about Ben. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Ben Schauer as an opponent.
I don't know much about the guy. I know he's been martial arts, and he's a former Marine, or is a Marine, one of the two. But I've heard he's a nice guy. Other than that, I don't know much about him. Don't need to.
That's we're really excited for this fight because I think this is going to be a great one. Obviously, we're excited to see you back in there, and it's always fun when Ben fights. So, what do you feel like you need to do to be able to get your hand raised and bring that belt back home?
I just need to go in there and have fun. I mean, people can say there's ring rust and there's layoff factors, but it's just all excuses. I just need to go in there and be myself, and I'll get my hand raised.
Good. We can't wait for it. It's gonna be a barn burner of a fight. I'm super pumped for it. So, we mentioned earlier, some of those top dogs at Chosen Few. Are there any other training partners that you've got that you'd like to give a shout out to before this fight?
Well, I'd like to just give a shout out to all my people back in Ironworks. I mean, I haven't forgotten about them. I moved down here, but it doesn't mean that they're not still in my heart. And I'm still trying to learn names at Chosen Few. There's been so many guys that I've trained with, but I know a few off the bat. Kai, Sal, working with some of the coaches like Troy and Damien and Kane, and then of course Lemminger, Polizzi, and one guy named Marshall. But I haven't seen Marshall in a while. But Marshall he's a good man. He's helped me a lot.
Just a quick call out there, though, right? You haven't seen him a little bit?
I haven't seen him. So, yeah, Marshall.
Got to get back in the gym?
Yeah.
Are there any places on social media that people can follow you at leading up to this fight?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is Garrett Carlson _1. You can find me on Facebook, Garrett Carlson. Other than that, those are kind of my two users.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to see you back in there. I know it's been a little while, so obviously going to be a great fight. I know that I think there's limited tickets available, and it's a split show. So I think you're the co-main for the afternoon show, or the afternoon portion of it.
Solid.
So it's gonna be awesome for people that can't make it out there for Saturday night. They can still go Saturday afternoon and watch that card. It's also gonna be streaming online. We can't wait to see you get back in there, and good luck on Saturday night.
So I'd like to thank a few of my sponsors, Chosen Few Gyms, Three River Performance and Lacrosse, Country Life Hemp Farms, and Yair Alvarez for helping me out with this fight and help me prepare to get my hand raised.
Awesome. Well, like I said, we can't wait to see you in there, and best of luck Saturday night.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.